Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to another commentary video for League of Legends. This one featuring Karthus, and more importantly, featuring a new replay system, which we're going to be checking out in this video in 1 minute once it finishes loading. This is another pre-made game that we have. This is with a team of 5 against 5 random opponents. I'm playing with Bristols, who's playing as Tryndamere, with Atlas, who's playing as Mundo, and Atlas uses the username Bertrand de Horn for League of Legends. We're also playing with 2 YouTube viewers who have joined up and played in some of the games that I'm doing. Machiball's playing as Janna, and Nupi, who's playing as Udyr. So in terms of how our lanes are going to be set up, we're going to have Karthus and Tryndamere solo lanes, we're going to have a Mundo Janna bottom lane, and then we're going to have Nupi jungling as Udyr. So anyway, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a new replay tool, and some of you have been telling me about it for League of Legends. So here it is, and notice I can move the camera around, I can check out different things. I can actually check out other stuff on the screen. I don't just have to follow myself around on camera all the time. Now, that doesn't mean that this new replay system is perfect. It is an unofficial replay system. It does have some drawbacks. Now, one thing I can do is I can move the camera, but notice that anything that was not on the actual screen when I was playing the game loses the health bar. So for instance, notice how there's no health bar here for Machiballs. Notice that there's no health bar here for Bristols either. And we can only see what our team had sight on, so we can't see anything from the other team. Thus, it's not a true spectator mode. I guess that in the same sense of what you might have seen in some of the professional League of Legends tournaments where they've been showing off some kind of observer mode. But nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. It's still neat that I can actually, like scan around the map and see stuff that's going on over here, over here, over here. So yeah, pretty neat to have this. And a number of people had been saying that I should check this out. I was aware of it. I had heard that some fans had created this. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. You can go download this at a website called leaguereplays.com, League Replays, and I'll put a link to it here in the video when I go back and do the final editing. So go ahead and check it out. It will record all of your games automatically if you just have it running when League of Legends is going on, and you can then play them back and check out different stuff. Now, there are some other things featuring. Down here, you notice a little speed bar. See where my cursor's pointing? You can pause, you can fast forward, you can go at a slower speed, a faster speed. I'm not going to do that because if you try to change the speed with fraps, it messes up the recording process. So I am not going to touch these, but you can actually do like a slow motion feature. You can also do a fast motion feature, and they're really pretty neat, so check them out. Now, one other drawback is notice that you don't see the cursor while playing. Now, normally when I record my videos, you can see where my cursor is. You can see sort of where I'm clicking to move. So you do lose that when you have this replay feature. So it's not better necessarily for everything, and like I said, it does have the health bar issues. Like, see, look at mid right now. Look where Bristols and this Malzahar player are going back and forth. No health bars on anything. It's pretty freaky. It's a little weird. Bottom lane the same way. Again, no health bars on anybody. I can click on them, but it doesn't. And sometimes it updates in real time. Like, see how Machiball's health bar is updating in real time, but other people it doesn't. Like, notice how Garen, well, there it's working, but sometimes it doesn't work. So anyway, it's not necessarily perfect. It is a little bit buggy. There's still a fair numbers of bugs in it, but at the same time, this is unofficial. This was just made by fans in their spare time, and Riot has said over and over again that they just can't do a replay feature, that it's just too difficult. They can't code it, come up with a whole lot of excuses. So as far as I'm concerned, shame on you, Riot. Shame on you if fans can make up something like this and get it to work, not perfectly, but reasonably well. There's no excuse for you guys not being able to do this yourselves. And I mean, this game was released like 18 months ago. I mean, you had your time to set this up. The fact that fans have to do this for you is no excuse. It's not an excuse. So anyway, in terms of the actual game, I'm playing as Karthus. I had a lot of requests for more Karthus stuff. It seems like people like Karthus. I'll try to keep the focus on me, mostly, just because that way you don't get the weird, buggy stuff. But when different plays are going on in different parts of the map, I will go around the different parts of the map just so you can see what's going on. Anyway, what's going on here is that I pushed this minion wave up to the tower, and then I decided to go back. I just went back to buy boots, to buy sight ward, and protect myself, so that's a safe move. Now meanwhile, down here, notice that we have Garen and Evelyn lane down here against Mundo and Janna. So Evelyn, of course, stealth champion, always had to be aware of her stealthing. Right now, Atlas and Machi Balls are pushing. Oh, and I had my camera on them for a minute. That's why you get the health bars. Notice they come forward just a little bit here, and up there comes Evelyn, de-stealth, Garen spin, stun, ignite, and that draws first blood. So anyway, it is kind of neat that I can actually go down here and show you this. I mean, it is buggy and all that, but you did get to see the play. So that was first blood in this game. I'm glad that I can actually show stuff like that. Anyway, back here, back to the top lane again. When I went back to buy, you can see I picked up boots, I picked up a sight ward, and I picked up 3 health pots. I like doing that buy because if you go with a Doran's item now early in the game, that means you don't have any health pots, so it's awful risky to do that. You have to be very careful. I still do like the Doran's opening for some characters. I like it for Karthus to get a little extra survivability and get the mana regen. But if I'm going to go that route, going back for an early buy is often a good idea. Just to get the health pot, to get the boots. This is something that I've seen a number of different players suggest. Some of the more professional players, or maybe not professional, but at least semi-professional, good players, have suggested, if you can push the minion wave up to your enemy's tower early in the game, go back, buy quickly. You won't lose much gold or experience because you've pushed the minion wave to their tower, where their tower is going to eat all the minions, and then you can get boots, health potions, and wards. Alright, anyway, next, you notice that Nupi is down here, and he's trying to come in for a particular attack on Malzahar, but instead, oops, he actually runs into the enemy team's Warwick jungler again, and they're fighting back and forth. I have no idea how much health they have here, but they are going back and forth, and now Bristles is engaging too. We have some exhaust, we have ignites going off, a lot of exhaust and ignites, and Bristles is going to get a kill on their Warwick player. Now, we've got their Garen player who came up from bottom lane and joined in here. So now it's Garen and Malzahar going after Bristles. Malzahar ult here, endless rage from Tryndamere. So Bristles is about to die. Can he get back to the safety of his tower? No, not quite. So they are able to get a kill on Bristles there. And now Atlas's Mundo is going to come up here to cover the middle lane. And the only plus side to that is Machi Balls is going to be able to farm bottom lane without too much interruption. Okay, anyway, back on top lane here. One other thing that I can do is I can turn on the score, the tab screen, while playing, which is kind of neat. So you can see I have 36 minion kills. Sion has 28 minion kills. I'm ahead. Obviously, I'm ahead here. You can see I've been doing a pretty good job of harassing. This Sion player also played rather passively, I have to say. He very rarely used his shield and stun combo on me. I'm not sure why. I mean, you can see he has full mana. I mean, look up there. He's got full mana. Why he's not trying to use his shield and his stun more aggressively, I have no idea. But I have my ward down over here. That's to protect me. That's why I went and bought that. I have boots, so I have the speed advantage. Oh, and you can see the timer ticking down on the ward there. I would go for a kill here on this guy, except that there's just one problem. When I was skilling Karthus, I accidentally clicked and put 2 points into File instead of putting 1 point into File and 1 point in Wall of Pain. See how I haven't learned Wall of Pain? So I accidentally didn't put a point in it at level 4, which is where I normally like to put 1 point in it. So that means it's very difficult for me to chase down people because I don't have Karthus' slow. And that was just a mistake for me. So rather than deny putting another point in Lay Waste, I just saved it and put a point in Wall of Pain when I was at level 8. So that was a little silly of me. Now meanwhile down here, you can see there's another fight taking place. Same thing as before. Evelyn de-stealth, stun, Garen spin, and that gets them a kill on Machi Balls Janna. But now you can see Atlas has used his ignite on Garen. Oh, and let's go back here. Here comes the Karthus ult, and down goes Garen. As Nupi and Bristles come in to try to clean this up, and they probably would be able to kill Evelyn, but she's just gone invisible again. And yeah, that means we're not going to be able to get that kill on Evelyn. Although look, they put down a vision ward there. That's a nice play. That means that anywhere in this area, Evelyn won't be able to go invisible. And really, if you're laning against Evelyn, that's a good buy. Good buy because it'll really cut down on what she can do. And Evelyn that can't go invis is not very useful. Now here they're going to take down this tower. There goes Evelyn. See, she's running away. Notice the health is not updating, but together with Nupi, Atlas, and Bristles, they're going to take down that turret, and that's going to help us out there. Anyway, over here, I'm going back and forth with Sion, and now right here, I would be able to kill him, but oh, I don't have my Wall of Pain. and I don't have my ultimate because I just used it in bottom lane. So that should have been a kill on Sion. That was a misplay on my part. He did use stun and exhaust. Where is it? Yeah, see, he brought summoner exhaust, so he did use his stun and exhaust, but I really should have been able to kill him there. If I'd had my wall of pain, that was a 100% guaranteed kill. So now I'm finally gonna skill it. See, now I finally have my wall of pain, and yeah, now I have it, but before I didn't. Let's see, there's a couple people in mid. I don't think anything's really going on there. Now here, notice Warwick's going to come in. Again, why can I see him? Because I put down that ward. Now I have Wall of Pain. I can slow him. I can use Lay Waste. He does take a swipe out of me, does take a bite out of me, but you can see I'm harassing him pretty good. Warwick has no boots. Notice he just has Madrid's Razor, so he's much slower than me. With his blue buff, he can use his Hungering Strike over and over again to keep getting health back. So I'm not going to be able to kill him with him having that much lifesteal, but I can still win this lane. And look, now I'm at 63 minion kills against 35, and I'm way ahead of this Sion player, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, now here, it looks like there's a fight that's getting ready to break out in middle lane. We've got 3 of our champs here. Looks like 2 or 3 of their champs. Atlas is just free farming down in bottom lane, which is a good sign. So 3 on 3 here in the middle. Looks like we have a little back and forth. The only one that we're missing sight on is Evelyn. There's Warwick heading down the river. I'm just farming top, not that much going on there right now. Let's see. So there's 3 champs here. Evelyn is in the area when she's stealth. Now it looks like there's going to be another one of these fights here soon, because see, here comes Warwick. Warwick comes in and engages. Nice engage. Let's see, Exhaust to try to get out. Warwick holds Bristles, and they also use Ignite on him. He uses Endless Rage. He's trying to get away, but the Garen player on the other team is able to get a kill on Nupi there. And yeah, a little weird seeing these team fights with no health bars. I guess it's better than not seeing them at all. So they were able to get a kill on us there. We didn't get a kill on them. There is a big minion wave pushing bottom lane now, so that's a lot of experience they're missing out on. Again, I'm just farming back and forth here in top lane. Here comes Garen up the river. Again, I see him. My teammates point him out, and so I'm just going to back off to the safety of my tower. Oh, and now here comes Evelyn too. That's why I've made sure to have a ward here the whole time. They have continuously tried to send people up here to gank me in top lane, and they just they haven't had any success because I've had that sight there the whole time. Anyway, one other thing that's bad about this replay system is you don't see what the person's buying in the shop. Now, on that particular buy, I finished Tear of the Goddess, and I think I was buying towards a Catalyst for Rod of Ages next, but again, you couldn't really see that just because the shop window does not open with this replay system. So, I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, it's a work, it's in beta, I guess we could say, but, it's better than not having a replay system. I didn't even turn on Fraps for this game. Like, I didn't record this. The recording, the replay system just recorded it for it, and then now I'm going back and using Fraps right now to record this game. So anyway, let's see. I'm just, sort of farming back and forth here. 80 to 50 in pretty good shape. Not sure what Sion's building here with that build. Oh well, we'll figure it out later on. Let's see, now we have 3 champs mid. You can see Bristles is running around in their jungle. I think we're trying to go for this Malzahar, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to get him there. Evelyn's still bottom lane. That's pretty safe there. I think that we were trying to push on this tower, and now here we've caught Warwick out behind the rest of his team. So now there's going to be a team fight here. Let's see, everybody is just piling on together, and Nupi's going to get the kill there, and then tried to go for Malzahar, but ended up backing off there. So that was just Warwick being out of position. While that was going on, Garen came up the river and tried to gank me, but I just backed off because I saw him coming with my ward. So that was a nice little kill for our team there. And here, again, why am I playing so defensively? Well, it's because we don't have vision on Evelyn right now. I don't know where Evelyn is on the map. She was bottom lane before, but she might not be bottom lane now. So that means I'm just, going to try to play safe. If you don't know where Eve is, just stay back, stay away from them. Like, Eve can't kill me one-on-one, but if Eve can stun me and then Sion attacks me, then I could potentially be in some trouble. So anyway, continuing to farm. One other thing that's nice about this replay system is I've showed you that you can look at their you can look at like the tab screen, which has the scores. The other thing that you can look at is you can look at like skills. Like, you know, normally when I'm playing, I can't like hover over the skills. Oh, see here, Malzahar's coming up the river, so I am just going to back off and not be in a position where they can come get me. But like, look, I can see how much damage Lay Waste does. If you want to see how much damage my ultimate does, see it's 250 right now at level 1. Down here, there's a fight going on at their Lizard. Bristol's tried to intercept their Warwick. Oh, and every time I go back to base, it changes my view. Warwick's going to ult Bristol's. They're going back and forth. You can see how low Warwick is, and I'm going to try to ult him, but he's going to use Hungering Strike to heal himself, and so thereby he's able to survive. Now Atlas is coming in and going for the kill here, but uh-oh, here comes Evelyn, here comes Garen, and yeah, so that was pretty bad. That was not a great play from our particular team. 2 deaths rather needlessly. Anyway, since my lane was pushed and they had extra champs in the top lane trying to gank me, I just went back and bought. So I went back and finished my Catalyst. I actually don't like this build all that much for Karthus. I kind of did this build without thinking about it too much. Oh, here I'm kind of going after Scion. There he gets a stun off on me. I don't really like this build on Karthus too much. I should have been thinking, well, I'll get to that in a minute, because now we have Machi Balls and Nupi coming in, gank on the Scion player, and with their help, that was an easy kill. So anyway, easy kill there. They just came in and got it. To get back to the previous point, though, not a huge fan of this Karthus build. It takes too long to get ability power. Notice I still only have 22 ability power at the 15-minute mark, and Karthus needs ability power. It's not necessarily a bad build. It's just a very late-game build, getting tier and Catalyst. To be perfectly honest, I prefer, my preferred Karthus build is really to go tier and then directly after that into Death Cap or some other big time ability item, big time ability power item. Blech, tongue tied there. And I didn't do that in this game. That's partly because I hadn't played Karthus in a while and I just wasn't thinking too much about it. Anyway, there, once again, you saw us back off because we had a ward. Meanwhile, there's a dragon fight going on over here. You saw Atlas chucked a cleaver into the back of their Warwick player, finished him off. And so now we're going to continue trying to get this dragon. So here comes Machi Balls, here comes Crystals. I'm just leaning back and forth, not that much going on top right now. So they are going to go for this dragon together. Notice the health not updating, but there we go. So we managed to clean up dragon. Pretty sure that's the first dragon of the game. And then now that's going to take us into an engagement in the middle lane. Right here, you see Bristol's going for Malzahar, and now in comes Nupi as well. We get the Janna slow, which is well done. Everybody is tower diving, and Bristol's manages to finish him off. I'm not sure how close Bristol's is to dying, but I'm not sure. I think he used Endless Rage there. Not 100% sure, but in any case, they're able to dive after that Malzahar and finish off the kill. So well done. Up here, they've got two champs in the lane with me again, which is again fine with me at this point. They're going to be taking experience away from their Scion player. So anytime they have that extra champ up here, they're stealing experience away. Now here we go. We have Bristol's and Machi Balls coming in for a gank here. I'm going to engage just a little bit early. I went in just a little bit too soon. They're going to exhaust me. Now they're trying to finish me off. I can see I'm going to die, so I try to position myself right in the middle of the fight, so that they're going to take the file damage, and I'm going to finish off and get the kill on Scion as well. So we went 2 for 1 there. We probably could have gotten no deaths if we had done that fight maybe a little bit better, but overall it still went pretty well. You can see Machi Boss says, sorry Sula. But you know, I typed, it's okay, they both dove me. We went 2 for 1, and all three of them, Nupi, Bristol's, Machi Boss, they all got assists. Oh, now in comes, here, let's go back here. In comes Evelyn, in comes Warwick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport into this fight. You see I teleport to this minion to get into this battle. Machi Balls goes down. I throw down my wall to try to slow Evelyn, but she stealths. Unfortunately, don't have my ultimate again to finish her off. And we're going to be able to score a kill on Warwick. I think Bristol's used his ultimate again there in order to survive that. So that was 2 more kills. 2 for 1 there. They did get 1 kill. I split over this direction. I was trying to see if their blue was up, and I took a really stupid path to it, so that was done with me. Meanwhile, Bristol's and Nupi are still pushing this lane, going to get in some hits on this tower. they both took a lot of damage in the last fight. Yeah, you can see they're not quite at full. So my thought was, all right, let's just back off. No need to try and engage this. That's why I threw down the wall. But then they went back in to engage again, which was probably a mistake. Now we've got an angry Garen and an angry Scion coming after us. There's multiple exhausts on each side going back and forth. Every time my wall comes off cooldown, I'm just throwing it down in order to slow them. Noopy and I are trying to get out, but Bristol's is not going to make it out, and so they managed to clean up that kill. The whole reason that happened was just staying around that tower a little too long. No need to do that. You know, if we had just cleared out as soon as their Scion player showed up, that would have been the better play. Anyway, Atlas has been in bottom lane for quite some time farming, so he should be doing pretty well. Yep, you can see he's up to 80 minion kills. I'm at 130. The only one who's close is their Malzahar, who was their solo mid. You can see I'm way out in front of pretty much everybody else here. So that's good. Karthus is definitely a champ who needs to farm to be effective. If Karthus is not getting a lot of minion kills and not getting a fair amount of kills too, then he is not going to be effective. That's just the way it is. Oh, here Eve de-stealths and picks off Machi Balls. That poor Machi Balls. His Janna, for whatever reason, Eve just seemed to love going after him. You can see maybe not the best Janna game that far. 0-4. Janna has really good escapability, so ideally you probably shouldn't be getting caught that much as Janna. But oh well, not the end of the world. You can see we're still in good shape. It's 11-9 in kills, so technically we're behind there. But I would say our team's ahead in farm. Oh, and I had a call to use my ultimate here. Missed that one. Yeah, river fight here. I had a call to use my ultimate here. Bristol's got cornered by 3 members of their team, but I was then able to clean up 1 kill. So we go 1 for 1. Good to have Karthus ult at that point in time. Otherwise, that would have been really bad. Now 4 of them are diving Atlas at tower. Now you can see the health bars. They are going to pick off Atlas, but now we're going to be able to stun Warwick. Noopy is using... Oh, I can't remember which Udyr style it is. The one that stuns, and that allows us to pick off their Warwick player at the tower. So we do go 1 for 1, which is what you'd like to see if they do some kind of crazy tower dive. You know, four-person tower dive like that. You want to make them pay for it in some way. So yeah, we were fortunately able to do that, and we've gone 1 for 1 in a number of these encounters. Uh-oh, down here, Machi Balls has gotten caught again by Evelyn, but that time he's ready with the Janna ult, pushes them away. So that's a nice little counter there. Now let's see, Noopy is going to back off. He's not going to engage that. Anyway, a lot of action in this game. It's made for a pretty interesting situation here. So let's see. Right now, let's see. It looks like, are they going to push bottom lane? I think that they were going to do that here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Looks like their Scion player is still hanging around here. I am in mid. We've got oh, there they go. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, they're gonna do another crazy dive, and Machi Balls manages to pick off the Evelyn player here. And once again, diving at a tower. You can see Noopy's almost dead. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it out. But oh, and there Machi Balls goes down too. Meanwhile, while this is going on, since they have so many champs in bottom lane, Bristol's and I are going to push down this tower. We're going to take advantage of that to take their mid. Meanwhile, Atlas just has to back off. I mean, he can't 3v1 them. That's a stupid situation. And then here, Warwick came in, tried to challenge us, and we picked him off. So, silly play by their Warwick player. By the time he got there, the tower was already down, and together the two of us just killed him very easily. Let's see, here we were seeing if they had decided to head up the river and then we could engage them, but I don't think that their team went up the river and we decided to go for Dragon instead. Now, why was this a safe Dragon to go for? Well, I mean, technically it wasn't safe because we didn't have visibility on their team, but at the same time, it was a relatively safe Dragon because their team had just done a crazy tower dive. They had just sent 3 people diving a tower, and presumably they were going to have to go heal after that. That was my thought. So I thought we would be pretty safe to do that, and as it turns out, we were. So that was a guess, but it was an educated guess, I guess is how I put it. Oh yeah, and notice how the camera recenters on me every time I go back to base. Another one of just the little quirks of this replay system. Okay, anyway, it looks like the next engagement is going to be at mid here. You can see we have 2, they have 2. Down, Noopy's coming down here. And now Garen's out of position. Notice how Garen's way out of position. Janna's slow. Udyr stunned. We're continuing to go after him, exhaust on him, but now the rest of the team's coming into the fight. I'm going after this Malzahar player together with Bristol's. Bristol's is going to finish him off. Now Scion's behind the rest of the team. There's another nice Janna slow. Love that Janna slow. We're going after him. Evelyn de-stealths. Eve is going to come in. Bristol's uses Endless Rage from Tryndamere. There's a Janna ult. Not the greatest Janna ult. Could have gotten a lot more healing out of that. We are going to finish off that Garen finally after all that time. I am backing out of the fight because I have blue buff. I don't want to give it up to the enemy team. Now that I'm safe, I'm going to ult in here, and I'm not going to finish them off, but I do enough damage that Atlas can then finish off their Warwick Lair. Now we just need one cleaver to finish off. Oh, nice cleaver dodge from their Scion player. Yeah, so unfortunately Atlas missed that one. With my blue buff, again, I don't want to die, but we've just killed 2 members of their team. I think we got 3, but I think Malzahar has revived. I think we went 3 for 1, not 100% sure there. Now we're going to push this tower. We just have to be very careful about doing it. So we're going to push the tower, and now as soon as Malzahar shows up, I'm going to slow him with my Wall of Pain, and then we're going to back out. But notice we did more than half of that tower's life and damage. We did about 60% of its life and damage. So that was a nice little push there. That's what we should have done over here earlier. If you remember that fight over here, that's what we should have done earlier. Just hit the tower a few times, and then when they show up, back out. So just a nice little push to get a little bit extra. Oh, and now over here, there's a fight over by the Lizard. Sorry, I missed this. Cut Scion player out from the rest of his team, and then Bristol's finishes him off. You can see Bristol's is 6-4, having a nice Tryndamere game thus far. Up, and now in comes Garen, 3-on-1 again. Those are not good odds. Together, they're going to ignite him, and there he goes down, finish him off. Now it's 3v1 on Warwick again, but now the rest of the team's coming in. Yeah, they're going to clean up the rest of our team. I'm coming in, and I'm going to 1v1 with Malzahar, but he actually ends up killing me, which kind of surprised me. I didn't realize that Malzahar was doing that much damage. So anyway, the net result is we score an ace, and I think we lost 2 members of our team. So 5 for 2, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I never mind dying as Karthus if it means that the rest of the team's going to score more kills. I mean, Karthus is kind of meant to get killed. Anyway, so their team will be back up soon. Remember, we're only 25 minutes into the game, so people aren't going to stay dead that long. What we are going to do here is do a split push, and I never like split pushes that much. Atlas pushing this tower, Bristol's and Machi Balls pushing this tower. Never like this. Always prefer to have everybody together pushing, but as it turns out, it is going to work in this situation because we do in fact score both towers there. And we are going to be able to, well, hopefully we're going to be able to get out of this. You can see Warwick's Blood Scent has caught Machi Balls, but looks like Warwick's not there, so I guess they're going to make it out okay. Meanwhile, I'm up here. I'm just farming this top lane. You can see I have blue buff. Look at those minion kills getting racked up. Anyway, over here, Bristol's is getting engaged with Warwick. Has met up with him again. Let's see. And Noopy's running around up here. We've got 2 more mid. There we go. We've caught their Warwick player out again. Their Warwick player was consistently out of position this whole game. 3v1, he's not going to win that. Now here comes the rest of their team. You can see now 3 members of their team have come in. Now it's 3v3. Evelyn stealths and tries to run away. I'm going to finish her off with ultimate. I'm trying to get into this fight. I'm not quite in it right now. Malzahar was able to kill Bristol's though, so now the fight is shifted down here. I was wishing that we had a ward so I could teleport to it and get into the fight faster, but as in fact I didn't. Now it's 3v1 against Atlas, and I'm slowly trying to get into the fight. You can see how the rest of them are chasing him. Nice flash, by the way. Nice flash to get out of that. So I think that was 2 for 2, something like that. Yeah, I think that was 2 for 2. I thought on Wall of Pain for sight, but now we're in a good situation. Notice they're all chasing Atlas and Machi Balls, and now I'm going to come in behind them like some kind of, crazy avenging demon. So here I come. I pick off Malzahar. Next, I'm going into Garen. Watch me lead him with Lay Waste. That's going to be an easy kill. So I score a double kill. And that wasn't me being super awesome. That was just they were out of position. They overchased, and I came in behind. Now we're going to try to hunt down this Scion. Look, there he is. We're all trying to sort of surround him so he can't get away. Janna slow. I put on my wall to force him to run in this direction, and yeah, he's not going to get out in this situation. Bristol's is coming in to finish him off, and there we go. So now we've picked off 3 enemy champs, and as I was saying, the correct play, go Baron. You pick off 3 or 4 members of their team. The correct play here is to go Baron, but it doesn't matter because notice their team has decided to surrender. So that is actually going to be the end of it. A little disappointing. I kind of was hoping the game would go on a little bit longer, but oh well. Fun game, a lot of back and forth, fun game. And let me go on for a minute, and we'll get to the final stats here. Alright, so in terms of analyzing the end of game, you can see I finished 9-2-6. I think that's a pretty solid Karthus game. I was building towards death cap at the end. I never quite got there. Another reason why I think I probably should have just skipped the Rod of Ages and just gone straight to death cap to get the extra ability power. But I did have a really good amount of farm as Karthus. That's what I try to emphasize when I play him. You can see almost 200 minion kills. You need that farm or else you won't be effective playing Karthus. It's just a long and straight of that. Bristol's ended up with 9 kills against only 5 deaths, so that's well done. Another good carry. You can see that Atlas also went 5-2-5. Very solid performance from there as well. Obviously the main tank on our team. Monty Ball struggled a little bit at times with the 5 deaths. However, he was initially like 0-4-4, something like that, and then he finished 1-5-14. So you can see did much better when we were going around the map team fighting. Did much better at the end of the game. Although I will say I don't like building Chalice of Harmony on Janna. Janna does not need that much mana in my opinion. Anyway, and then Noopy, pretty good job jungling. He did get caught out a couple of points in time, which is why he had the 5 deaths, but again, a lot of assists and helped us get some kills. As far as the other team, I think that I thought that their Malzahar player played pretty well. Garen picked up a lot of kills as well, but their Sion player just played too passively. He really never tried to harass me in top lane, and that's why I was able to outfarm him, to such a huge degree. And their Warwick player just was out of position way too many times. Anyway, overall then, short game, not all that much to comment on, just a fun little game back and forth. I really just wanted to show the replay system, so if you haven't seen this before, then go ahead, check it out, leaguereplays.com, free download. It'll automatically save all of your games that you play as replays, and then you can watch them later on. So, why not download it and check it out? Anyway, once again, let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you liked the new replay tool, feel free to give me some comments, tell me what you think, and we'll do more videos again soon. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys on Tuesday night for our Tuesday night game night. Until then, take care.